In 2016, Elon Musk talked about the founding principles of his spaceflight company at an international conference in Mexico. History is going to bifurcate along two directions. One path is we stay on Earth forever, and then there will be some eventual extinction event, he said. The alternative is to become a spacefaring civilization and a multi-planet species, which I hope you would agree is the right way to go. The founding principle we are talking here is making life multi-planetary. Elon Musk, CEO of SpaceX, is working on a spacecraft that could revolutionize space travel. The Starship is a rocket and spacecraft combination that can transport more than 100 people to Mars at once. Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we are taking a look at SpaceX's Starship and everything you need to know about it. So without further ado, let's begin. Musk has frequently expressed his vision to expand settlements on Mars. He believes that settlements will require a significant number of people to become self-sustaining. The SpaceX system is made up of two stages, a booster stage dubbed SUPERHEAVY and a second stage dubbed Starship. The Starship second stage is being planned to be a long-duration cargo and passenger-carrying spacecraft, which is unusual for a standard launch vehicle second stage. Starship has a stainless steel structure. Its strength-to-mass ratio should be comparable to or better than the previous SpaceX design alternative of carbon fiber composites over the expected temperature ranges from cryogenic propellants to atmospheric re-entry. Some elements of the ship will be constructed with a stainless steel alloy that has undergone cryogenic treatment, which involves cold-forming metals to generate a cryo-treated steel that is significantly lighter and more wear-resistant than ordinary hot-rolled steel. The spacecraft will also be equipped with a thermal protection mechanism to defend it from the harsh circumstances of atmospheric re-entry. This will feature hexagonal ceramic tiles that will be used on the Starship's windward side. Earlier concepts included a double stainless steel skin with an active coolant flowing between the two layers, or with some sections including many tiny pores for transpiration cooling. The RAPTOR rocket engine was developed in 2012, and the vehicle was developed in 2016 as a self-funded private spaceflight effort. The Starship second stage began testing in 2019 as part of an extended development program to validate launch and landing and iterate on a range of design aspects, particularly for the vehicle's atmospheric re-entry. In 2019 and 2020, the first three prototypes performed low-altitude, low-velocity flight tests involving vertical launches and landings. Following these tests, Starship prototypes SN8 through SN11 flew the initial high-altitude test flights, successfully showing the majority of the atmospheric re-entry profile in the lower atmosphere, though none were able to land and be successfully recovered. Starship SN15, the fifth Starship prototype, outfitted with 3 RAPTOR engines, made a test flight of 10 kilometers, 33,000 feet, successfully landed, and was recovered on May 5, 2021. As the iterative design process continues, more prototype Starships are being built. The stainless steel hull of the Starship upper stage and the SUPERHEAVY booster stage are both 9 meters, 30 feet in diameter. In June 2019, SpaceX stated that commercial payloads could be launched using Starship as early as 2021. NASA chose a modified Starship system as one of 3 prospective lunar landing system design concepts in April 2020 to obtain funding for a 10-month first design phase for the NASA Artemis mission. NASA contracted SpaceX on April 16, 2021 to create a modified crew-rated Starship vehicle to serve as the Artemis lunar lander, though the contract is currently on hold. Since 2012, SpaceX has been building the Starship system with private funding, including the RAPTOR engine that will power both stages of the vehicle. After 2016, SpaceX was also contracted to supply specific Starship system development and operational work for the U.S. government for the USAF in 2016 through 2018, and NASA contracting SpaceX to do specific work for a modified Starship second stage that could be used for lunar passenger and cargo transport in 2020 and 2021. Musk stated in 2016 that he didn't believe SpaceX had any real prospects of securing NASA contracts for any of its development efforts. He further stated that such contracts, if received, would certainly be beneficial. The U.S. Air Force paid SpaceX $33.7 million in January 2016 to construct a prototype RAPTOR engine for a Methalox upper stage for Falcon 9 and Falcon Heavy, with an additional U.S. $61.4 million available for future U.S. Air Force requirements. SpaceX has no plans to create a Methalox second stage for the Falcon launch vehicles, though the Air Force has expressed interest in this technology. And what do you know? Nearly 4 years after Musk stated that he didn't think SpaceX had a chance with NASA, NASA announced in April 2020 that it would pay SpaceX $135 million for preliminary design work on a variant of the Starship second stage vehicle and spaceship known as Starship Human Landing System, or Starship HLS, as one of 3 potential lunar human landing systems for the NASA Artemis program. NASA also awarded SpaceX $53.2 million in October 2020 to execute a large-scale flight experiment, including the transfer of 10 metric tons of cryogenic fuel between the tanks of 2 Starship vehicles. NASA chose SpaceX's Starship for the Artemis Human Landing System on April 16, 2021. This massive contract is worth $2.89 billion over the course of several years and will be sure to fund SpaceX's operations for years into the future and possibly all the way to Mars. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button and comment below. Also, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell if you're new to the channel to be notified when we upload more content. We'll see you guys in the next one.